In this RH Jam, we discuss the reconnective healing frequencies. What do they need to do? What do we need to do to receive them in our lives? And what are the ways that we engage with them as they benefit everything that makes us the people that we are? And to help us discover this in depth, we'll have Dr. Eric Pearl himself, who will be joining us shortly. Hi, Eric. And until then, we'll have as well a beautiful moment from Bogotá. This is a real treat, guys. It's a video from our Bogotá, Colombia Catalyst Training Program in which we see the interaction and engagement of the reconnective healing frequencies and the person in full receivership of what that means. Coming up on the RH Jam. I am Anna Clavel, and this is the RH Jam. And if this is the first time you've joined us, this is a half-hour program we try to present every week live, where we discuss themes that are really important to you and to us. As you ask you questions, we try to figure out answers, and so do you. And in this exchange, we both grow. This is a program about everything and anything reconnective healing. And if this is the first time you hear about reconnective healing, it is a simple, elegant, truly transformational energy-based process that facilitates healing and deep change in all of us. And it's all about allowing and awareness, and it's simple, and we'll talk a lot more about it because Dr. Eric Pearl, founder and discoverer of these frequencies in 1993, will be joining us to tell us a little bit more about who can engage with the reconnective healing frequencies. But first, let me bring you in full on to the fact that if you don't give me a moment to like this video, if you do not subscribe to this channel, I will not be able to update you the way that you deserve to be updated. So follow us. Make sure that you know that you are following us in that way. You will always be alerted to our next broadcast, whether it's right here on YouTube or maybe later on you also want to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But we'll talk about it as we round up today's program. And now for the topic, who can receive these healing frequencies? Here's a very interesting, let me get out of the way. I'll kind of like cover myself there with the images. Who can receive the healing frequencies that represent reconnective healing? Well, first of all, one of the things, and I love this image, again, thank you to the amazing Reconnection team for bringing on board such topical, such beautiful imagery. I love this image because here is this person. Oh, there's Eric, hang on. Eric is still waiting. This guy is right here doing something really powerful. As we can see, his demeanor, how this beautiful energies are forming on the sides of his hands. And here is something that when I was doing a little bit of research and I talked to the team about it, I wanted to find out what does that mean, receiving healing frequencies. And who and how can we determine who can interact with them? And it's a very interesting concept because for those of us who have been seeking or are still in the seeking path and we're trying energy modalities, we're using Western medicine, energy-based treatments, we sometimes discover that it has a lot to do with attitude, and it has to do a lot about mindset and how do we feel about the fix that we want. And that's right there, something we've discussed a couple of programs ago that I encourage you to visit through all our RH Jams. We talked about not only deserving a healing, but what is it that makes us be so focused on just getting something fixed. And the beautiful blog that we're basing today's conversation on is precisely about that. It talks about engaging with the reconnective healing frequencies specifically, because personally, when they came into my life, when Reconnective Healing found me, as I was starting to feel my way around this new, to me, in my body, physical sensations, not only was a source of discovery and joy and a lot of ooh and ah, there were also moments in which I didn't feel anything. And I doubted then that something was happening. As I evolved and I grew and I became more entangled and entrained with what the frequencies bring, and the aspect of receivership, which Jillian Fleer spoke so beautifully about when she visited us a couple of weeks ago. In that discovery, I saw in myself that one of the things that was stopping me from having that whole allowing of feeling or having a sensibility or tangible, that first step into, perhaps for many of us, to validate our experience of reconnective healing, was something that I was causing myself. I was pretty much in the mindset of doing. I gotta feel it. I hear or I read that people feel it on the left hand. Where? On the left hand. And I would be very focused on that. And oh, it would be the right hand. And guess what? It didn't matter that I had read Eric's book, and he's very clear that it may manifest anywhere. No, somewhere in the back of my head, I was trying to dictate what it needed to happen for it to be making sense to me. So who can then be the person that can interact, and what kind of mindset or spiritual set, or whichever way you want to call it, we need to be in order to engage with these frequencies? Is it hard work? Does hard work validate our experience of them? Do we need to be there, focused on how I'm feeling them to grasp their presence? Or is it more in a doing, in an allowing for them to just be? And in that allowing ourselves to be, a beautiful, magical connection truly happens. Like I said, Eric is going to talk at length about this, and we'll have him with us super shortly. In the meantime, let me show you that amazing video I promised you from Bogotá. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. that was something truly, truly a moment, and just allowing to be there watching that video. It's to me personally, it's inescapable that you there is a tangible interaction with the frequencies, not only happening over there, but happening to the viewer as well. I personally did feel something too. Feel may not be the right word. It may be the best approximation of what that experience might be. If you did sense something or felt something, why don't you share with us? We're watching the chat. I want to welcome everybody here. I hear that there was a problem with my voice. Is it better now, guys? Can you see it now? Can you hear me now? So thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Jillian. Jillian is here with us in the chat room, guys. So please go ahead and ask questions because we are watching. Thank you, Lexi Alexandra, and thank you, Cecilia Sams, for helping us out with the chat. Alrighty, guys. So back to our topic. I'm not sure what happened with the sound there. The sound was fully on, but sometimes it happens. You know, maybe what I was saying was not necessary. We'll go with that. Anyway, who can receive these healing frequencies? It may be that when we talk about this, what we are really meaning is being versus doing. That may be the bottom line here. It may be the single most important aspect of this interaction. As I've discovered for myself, I've always been a doer. Doing has always defined me. Reconnective healing has asked me to rethink that. And more than that, I was actually being it without having to really think about it. And that whole story and experience of Eric when he received the simple message, don't send, receive, transformed not only his experience of reconnective healing and of the frequencies, but also that of mine and so many of you out there. So I'd like to welcome on board now Dr. Eric Pearl is just right here. Hi, Eric. How are you?
I am very good, thanks. How are you?
Very well. As usual, Frequency's having fun with audio and whatnot. It is okay. We roll on.
That's right. Audio comes and goes for moments, but it gives us the chance to go in.
Yes, exactly. So, listen, Eric, I know you've been listening a little bit in and out of what I've been saying. And the topic that we were talking about, we had a brief moment earlier to discuss, is engaging with the reconnective healing frequencies. And here's a question that comes, it's like, who can be receiving these healing frequencies? Why do you think people might hesitate about receiving any sort of energy healing in general?
Well, you know, everyone is receiving and interacting with these new reconnective healing frequencies, this energy, light, information at various levels, because it's now present. It's now present. And it's present, of course, because of all of the practitioners, the facilitators of reconnective healing. As we work with it, we're bringing it more and more present into our existence, which is shared, because, you know, one of the topics we'll talk about and we've spoken about before is that no matter how we try, no matter how we conceive of ourselves as touching or not touching, everyone is touching and no one is touching all at the same time. So the field that we have access to is being changed. And as we bring through these frequencies, we're bringing through more and more of it. But when we work with someone, when a reconnective healing foundational facilitator or practitioner, shall we say, works with these frequencies in a one-on-one session, of course it's brought, shall we say, into a more direct, a stronger, higher interactive state.
So, okay, so as we move into a higher, more interactive state with the reconnective healing frequencies, what are the things that you've discovered in your own evolution of your interaction that may hinder us from experiencing that aspect, that higher level? What are the things that may, cause like a short circuit?
It's not that it causes a short circuit, it's that it interferes with us recognizing when we are trying to, when we are so attached to wanting it that we're not allowing ourselves to recognize its presence, when we are chasing after it instead of allowing ourselves to be present and realize that it, the reconnective healing intelligence, and these frequencies are actually seeking us. So it's the willingness to observe and to receive. Reconnective healing is about receiving, whether you were the client or the facilitator, because, from our energy healing techniques, we've been taught to send energy. That's because that's all we had was energy and it required sending. Reconnective healing takes us beyond energy into, as we know, these new aspects of light and information, which expands the field and allows us to let go of the doing and instead to be. And all of this comes from a willingness to receive. It's just like when we hear, whether it's an audible sound such as music, or whether we're receiving sounds, frequencies that are beyond what the human ear might be able to detect, such as what's coming in the reconnective healing spectrum. The more we talk, the less we're listening. The more we send, the less we're receiving. The more we attach, the less we're allowing ourselves. And of course, listening is really receiving. Feeling is listening with a different sense. And it's all a spectrum shift from trying, doing, sending, pushing, forcing, to allowing, receiving, being, and expanding in that consciousness of being, well, as we talk about the one program, ONE, to observe, to notice, and therefore to allow ourselves to truly experience.
I am really very happy that you brought up the intelligence of reconnective healing, because I'm looked through my notes and it's something that I really wanted us to touch on. When we are talking about receivership, and we discussed this, guys, in a previous RH Jam that I invite you to view, because it's really important, again, understanding what receivership means in reconnective healing. This intelligence, it's that not only are the frequencies, there's an intelligence to them. These are we can say these are intelligent frequencies, but there is an intelligence that guides this process. Is this what makes reconnective healing such a powerful medium for healing and transformation?
Absolutely. It's what allows us to stop deluding ourselves, thinking that we can drive our seat. It's what allows us to finally let go of our intensity, our attachment, our constriction, and to open up and recognize something we don't think about, that we are not needed for the healing as much as we are honored and gifted by being allowed to observe and to witness the perfection of this orchestration. It's one of the lessons that allows us to leave the intensity and a stress-based, have to produce based, result oriented approach to healing, and instead allowing us to step into the freedom, the love, and the ease that takes us from dis-ease into healing, which is ease, and allows for the blossoming of the healing. Just like with a flower, you can't force a flower to blossom. If you take a rosebud and you try to open it and force it, the petals fall apart and you never get to experience the beauty and the fullness of the rose.
That is a very important point. It's something that as I mentioned before, I discovered for myself, that I ended up trying so hard, in my case, to have a tangible experience of that receivership, that I interrupted my own ability to just let go, to just be. So I have evolved and I have grown in my knowingness that reconnective healing is for everyone. So I pose to you, who can receive reconnective healing frequencies?
You just answered that. Everyone. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. It doesn't even matter in a sense of whether you're actively seeking it or not. Everyone can. It's our openness and ease that allows us to recognize. You know, a lot of this I observed at the Ignite program that we did in April. Much more.
Hey, Eric, you're cutting up a little bit sound. Speak a little bit louder. I think there's something, it sounds like coming up a little bit muffled.
Okay.
There you go.
A lot of this I observed at the Ignite program in April, and a lot more we're going to see at the Ignite program in December in Palm Springs, because what I witnessed really was, well, let's say, the beauty of the light bulbs going off in the students. You know, it's interesting. The first time you attend a Catalyst program, when we're new students, we are so focused on trying to get it, to get back to the point you mentioned when you were trying to feel it and find it and let go. That attachment, am I doing it? Am I doing it right? Am I feeling it? Am I not feeling that kind of almost a needy kind of an approach to it becomes a limitation. And we try to do everything right, which is understandable. That's the way we're trained as students. But the second or third time we go to a Catalyst, we let go of what we've already learned, and we allow ourselves to listen and hear what we didn't hear the first time, even to hear and understand things that we heard the first time, but we didn't hear it quite that way. So we're watching the light bulbs go off in the students, and we're watching as in the Ignite, they form into a community as they step into this, let's call it what it is, a connection with the reconnective healing intelligence here in the cosmos.
The Ignite experience in April was incredibly powerful. I can attest to it. I was there. It brought about a community, and it also, I saw something magical happen, Eric. I have to tell you. I mean, you were there. I know you were in and out because you were also leading the Catalyst with Jillian, which was, guys, if you have not yet taken the opportunity to learn reconnective healing live and in person in this amazing immersive weekend, Palm Springs is going to be spectacular. But we'll talk about that later. I want to just share with you that I saw that a different, that higher, more evolved level of engagement with the reconnective healing frequencies while I was at Ignite. Something very interesting and powerful happened at that point. I think we're losing the connection with Eric. Let's get him reconnected, guys. But not literally, because he's already reconnected. Let's get him back on. Hi, Eric. Can you hear us again?
This is what we call the strange electrical disturbances or occurrences that happen when we're involved in the reconnective healing frequencies.
So true. So I was sharing, I know we have a bit of an echo as well. Okay, is that better, guys? Chat, guys, in the chat, let me know what's going on. Is there sound better now? Just let us know, okay?
Well, the good thing about an echo is you get to hear it twice. Twice.
Boom.
Hey, so listen, can I share a moment's good news?
Yes.
We've been thinking about the intelligence of the reconnective frequencies.
Yes.
And the way they organize things that we don't even know.
Yes.
Let me share with you what they've organized for this Ignite and Catalyst program. We have two very special surprise guest speakers and presenters, both for the first time. And for those of you who have read The Reconnection, Heal Others, Heal Yourself, and you are familiar with Sephora, the Jewish gypsy of Venice Beach. Sephora is one of our two very special guest presenters there. She's coming to share her poetry and to answer some of your questions and to share merely the beauty of who she is. She's an incredibly exciting, powerful person to be in the presence of, and you will understand this more than my words can convey when you share that space with the Jewish Gypsy of Venice Beach. It's the very first time she's at one of our events. But you know what? That's only half of the good news of the two special guests that we have. Because we've also just confirmed that Fred Ponslav, co-author of Solomon Speaks on Reconnecting Your Life, and the channel for Solomon, Aaron and Solomon, will be present at the Ignite program, and he'll be presenting both to Ignite practitioners and to the Catalyst students, not once, but twice. Once will be a presentation where he'll talk and share and answer your questions and interact with you. The other presentation, well, it's not exactly what we'll call a presentation. Let's call it what it is. It will be a channeling. Yes. Wow. Very happy to say that Fred has agreed to channel in Solomon for the attendees at the Ignite and the Catalyst program coming up December 6th, 7, and 8. So I'm excited to share the news with you, but I may be more excited than anyone because I know the power and the importance that these two people, the roles that they played and what they brought through, played in bringing forward reconnective healing onto this planet. And believe it or not, they've affected your life. So this is like a family of distant relatives that we may not have met coming together. And I'm beyond myself. I may not be able to convey this in words, but I am so excited to be able to present this December here in Palm Springs.
It's going to be groundbreaking. And you know who actually expressed that in the chat super well? I want to look at Jillian giving you kisses, kisses, kisses. And we have Alejandro Villaseñor saying, OMG. And wow, wow, wow. I think that pretty sums it up. That's really amazing.
I know. People are so excited. They're writing in from everywhere because, hey, where do you get this?
Eric.
Where do you get this? Yes.
Sorry. We just wanted to let you know that we're running out of time, and I am so sorry, but I know you may have a couple of last statements or comments that you'd like to make.
Probably. I'm so excited about support and Solomon. I can't tell you. Here, I think what's important is this. I feel, me personally, just sharing who I am, that this is a turning point, an evolutionary turning point for bringing reconnective healing onto the planet in a new way, a new expanded energy and presence of what it is. And in recognizing that for each of us who may view ourselves as just one person playing with the healing frequencies, we are each playing a pivotal role in expanding the consciousness and the evolution of humanity, not just here in this physical form, but interdimensionally, multidimensionally. It starts with each of us, and it's dependent upon each of us. Each of us.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Eric. Everybody, thank you so much. Let's hear it from the chat. Any last messages for Eric? Miguel says, I am very happy for you with so many gifts at Ignite. Please enjoy it fully. Miguel, thank you so much. And guys, we had to let Eric go for the time being, but hopefully we'll have him back. And we'll definitely have equally amazing announcement by next week. So you gotta stay tuned to whatever we're serving you here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, because more great news about Palm Springs are coming up, right, Eric?
Absolutely. And there are more developments every day, and there'll be lots of surprises.
Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. That was quite not a discussion, but a sharing on his own experience and a moment of exchange on where his discovery has been. And I love how he brought in the information about Ignite. That was a powerful experience for me as well. And I'll have a little bit of information about that later. But I want to leave our topic today and leave you with a few things that are takeaways. And I invite you to read our amazing blog by Donna Costa. I've put the link right there in our description. You know, it's filled with links. You gotta go out and explore. But here are 5 things that have helped me stop trying to do and being. And in that being in that receivership, reconnective healing frequencies. First, stop forcing and allow. Second, be open to possibilities. When we get dead set on the way things need to be, we stop seeing everything else the universe is offering us, including our own personal, customized healing and transformation. 3, patience. Be patient. I experienced this. Many of us has. I have a wonderful friend who's also a reconnective healing practitioner who could never experience anything in the multidimensional. And suddenly, out of the blue, when she stopped trying, she started hearing what she termed the music of the universe. So you gotta be patient. 4th, communicate. The frequencies are a language. They are a communication enabler with ourselves, with each other, with the universe at large, with nature. Donna presents a beautiful example between her and a monarch butterfly. Please read it. It's really amazing. And last but not least, trust. Trust that the frequencies not only are there, they are you. They allow, if you allow for this connection to be and not try to make it happen. Guys, we are really out of time, so I need to take you to our final window. Yes. Yes, guys, here is the window in which I tell you that we're out of time. I want to thank Dr. Eric Pearl for being here with us today. It was fantastic, and it was such an amazing opportunity to hear from him, hear about Palm Springs. I want to remind you that everybody is welcome to sign up for his amazing audio narration of Reconnective Healing, Heal Others, Heal Yourselves. Just have to click on that link below. I have an announcement too. If you're thinking about Ignite and you're still sitting on that fence, don't dilly-dally, because the price is about to change in 2 weeks. You gotta visit our website, get yourself a little bit up to speed about what's happening with Ignite, because you're going to be so infused and inspired by this program. But don't let it fall through the cracks, because in 2 weeks that price is set to go up, and I've been assured by the team this is set in stone. It's not changing, guys, okay? I want to thank you all and be on the lookout. So when you sign up and you subscribe to our channel, you'll know when we'll be back online next week and the week after and from here on.